Hi, Natty. It has been 67 or 3,000 years, or 420. But it's true, we're back in Johto. I admit I was missing my Blorbos and Crystal. Hi. Yes, also, today is a wonderful day because it has been overcast and rainy all day, and the temperature has not gone above 80. Holy shit, Nikea doing the stream. Hi, Kyle. Oh, we got like the OG squad in here right now. How are you doing on this lovely Thursday evening, Kyle and Maddie? Hi, Whoopie. Wee. Wee. And how are you also, Whoopie? On vacation still, just existing. Got a new drawing talent, hell yeah. Looking forward to more snarky guys with just incredibly spiky hair. Eating a dinner, it's been a pretty chill day so far. Drawing a cowboy, oh nice. Also, does everything sound okay? I sound okay. Game's not too loud or too quiet or anything. And as for me, I had to go to job today. Game's super loud. Okay, let me fix it real quick. Is that better? It could be slightly louder. How's that? Little soft? Of course I'm soft. I'm a cute, sweet little mouse. Okay, guys, let me know if that's a bit better. The game could be up to bit. Okay. How's that? Overcorrected? I'm not surprised. Perfect. Hooray! Okay. Let's start with our usual berry run. This works. Good. Also, speaking of getting new things, I got a really good deal on a very cool controller that finally came in today. Everybody putting their motsickles in chat. But yeah, I got like almost 50% off on the Hyperkin Duchess controller. Which is really freaking cool because it's a USB controller that works with Xbox One, Xbox Series, and Windows. But it is designed as an almost perfect replica of the original Xbox Controller S. Yeah, boy, it has been so long since we went and done our berry run. Hi, Rain. How are you doing today in this lovely Thursday evening? Yes, we're back in Johto after so long. But yeah, the Duchess controller more or less feels like I'm using it right now, literally. I ended up testing it out on some Steam games and stuff before stream, because it literally shipped today, and it was like on my doorstep when I got home from work. from the job. But, yeah, the reason stream was, 15 minutes or so late, was because I was playing, Aria of Sorrow on the Castlevania Advance Collection. And then completely forgot I was only supposed to play it for a couple minutes to test a controller, and maybe sort of played it for like 25 minutes. And, I forgot to take off my work suit or start my dinner. Listen, you guys are lucky that I don't just end up streaming like 15 different runs of Aria of Sorrow. Like that game and Dawn of Sorrow I could just play forever. And Symphony of the Night also, but that will also be streamed sometime in the near future. But yeah, I played some of that. I played a little Persona 5 with it. I played some of the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. Man, he's been working on this heavy ball for like 2 months. Started out as a light ball, who's to say? People love heavy balls. Miss the Gen 2 music, me too. I've just missed it in general. I freaking love Johto so much. It's funny, I have all these balls, and I think Entei's the only thing I have left to catch. Pokedex again. Yeah, I think anything that's not from another version from Red or Blue or a trade evolution, we've pretty much gotten everything. Gotta be balled up for daddy. Well, that right, we're waiting for one of our homies to give us a Leaf Stone so we can evolve Exegcute. Kind of scanning through real quick, but yeah, I think the only things I'm missing just aren't in Crystal or require trades. Besides Entei, of course. It was Entei, and oh, that's right, we gotta evolve Chansey to get Blissey. Oh, there's Fritter right there on our team, actually. Let's go ahead and go to the haircut place and get her haircut. The only thing with the Duchess controller is I've got to get myself back to being used to start and select being like off to the side of the analog stick instead of the center of the controller. Which is actually, like, more doable than it sounds. It's just, you know, decades of habit. Sorry, no matter what they want to call them in modern controllers, they're going to be start and select to me forever. Fucking options and window or what the fuck ever. Though honestly, I feel like the real reason why every modern controller has some symbol or something instead of just calling them start and select is because that way they don't have to worry about translating it or having it like be English words in a region where English may not be freely available or easily available. Sort of happy. Wait, can Chansey learn the elemental punches? That feels kind of like a 50-50 thing. Like, I could see it learning them, but I could also kind of see it not. Dang. Alrighty. Let's see here. Oh yeah, let's go ahead and do our Cal battle in Viridian. Now, a very cool thing with the Duchess controller is it also has Hall effect analog sticks. And I don't know if any of you guys have ever used an original Xbox controller, but it actually only has 2 triggers. It just has like L and R. So for the additional buttons, it has like a little black and white button off to the side of the A, B, X, and Y buttons. Though with the Duchess, it does add regular bumpers to the top for L and R. But it still has the black and white buttons that mirror the left bumper and right bumper. So you have like both functionalities built into the controller, which is really cool. So, gaming nerds, what games have you guys been playing lately? I've mentioned before, I've been playing some Mina the Hollower here and there in like my downtime. I haven't played it in a few days though, just either I've been streaming or been tired. And you know, like, the game is fun, but it does require concentration, so it's not something like Pokemon where I can just play it without paying too much attention. Never gonna believe it. Mario Kart DS. I don't believe it. I knew he was gonna start with Meganium. Why did I put Cheeto Chew in the front? My brain has no continuity. Mostly been playing STS2, Slay the Spire. Got back to Monster Hunter Wilds again. I need to get back to Mina the Hollower, though. It was gifted to me. Hell yeah! Mouse Girl Souls like Metroidvania. Mouse Girl Souls like Metroidvania. I'm very biased. But I love the game for what it is, even if the character is a cool, smart mouse girl. So the little animation for Mina's sprite where she's got the big old glasses and she's like looking at a paper or working on a piece of paper or something, that's just like, that's literally me. Need to get back to Wilds and Mina. I need to, actually play some Monster Hunter. Because long ago, Kyle actually gifted me, the PS4 version of Monster Hunter World, and I played it a bit, and I really enjoyed it, and then I just ADHD'd and forgot to ever come back. Oh, Kyle, I don't think I ever told you, but I actually got a complete in-box 3DS copy of Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate at the thrift store a while ago for like $10. Yeah, I was pretty freaking excited, and I actually managed to get all of the DLC before the 3DS shop went down, like all the free DLC and stuff. So I actually have all that for Ultimate, and whenever a shop is about to shut down, Capcom will almost always put all of their non-backward compatible games on clearance for $2.99. So I actually also have the Wii U version of Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate that I got for $2.99 digitally. I lost. Darn. So I have some monster hunting to do at some point in the future, for sure. Forgot that happened. I didn't forget, because it meant a lot to me, and it still does. I feel bad we never really got to play together, because I never really got caught up in the story to finish or anything. And I'm probably never going to have PlayStation Plus ever again. I can't run Wilds on my PC. It looks fun. I thought about grabbing the PS5 version sometime. But everything's really fucking expensive right now. So I've mostly been playing my backlog. Aside from picking some stuff like Mina and random games I managed to find really good deals on. Quite literally everything is expensive right now, yeah. Well, that and I have been slowly buying out everything I want on the PlayStation 3 and Vita stores before they close them down. Mostly I'm just trying to get all of the PS1 games that are on there digitally that I want, because they're like $6. Crystal Poggers, hi Soda, how are you doing today on this lovely... I guess it would be Friday morning for you. But yeah, we're back in Crystal, leveling up all the cuties, getting ready for Red. You need to pick up Scarlet Deer and Rubinite. Those came out recently. I'm excited for those games for literal years. Well, that's the thing. Most of the things I'm excited for lately, aside from... because there's a few new games coming out. I definitely want to get the Trails in the Sky 2nd remake. I want to get Final Fantasy Resonance, because that looks fucking amazing. Because, I mean, they're making a new 2D turn-based Final Fantasy. I'm like, hell yes. Inject that directly into my veins, please. But most of the stuff I've been excited for has been indies, retro stuff, because there have been a lot of amazing decompilations, including, I'm super excited for this, they've come up with a program like one of the decomp teams. Basically, they can decompile a lot of the PS1 library now, so it can run natively on PC. There's also been a full decompilation of Pokemon Red. And the cool thing is, all of these are totally legal because they don't actually use any source code from the original games. They basically take the original game apart, review it, and then rebuild it with brand new code on PC. That's why the Super Mario 64 decompilation has lived such a long and full life with no takedowns or anything, because Nintendo can't do anything about it. It's not using anything that they made. But the 8-bit Do 3 Pro GameCube Indigo colored. Nice. I want to pick up something 8-bit Do at some point.
I just keep putting it off. I mean, like, the fact that I just got this new controller that I am enjoying very much doesn't have anything to do with it, because I just like to collect controllers. I love controllers. I love having a diverse range of them for every situation and every mood that I have. It's like, not even to replace this or that, just like I like having a lot of controllers. Hands up. Main PC controller with the Xbox layout is 8-bit dough. Realize that I like the Nintendo stance more than Xbox. Oh, I definitely do too. I prefer my A button on the side. Part of the reason that I wanted the Duchess so much, well, A, I have an Xbox One X, and I do play a lot of games on it. Because, fun fact, this hasn't been as true maybe in the last year or so, but in general, if you want to find modern-ish games like PS4, Switch, Xbox era, they're almost always like 20 to 50% cheaper on Xbox consoles than they are on PlayStation or Switch. At the button load, I mean the grip angle. Oh, I get what you mean. Yeah. My brain had to take a moment to process, but I gotcha. Yeah, because here's the thing, like, I guess you guys get a hot take for free. Also, I am sorry, Rain, I completely missed the notification of your stream streak. Give me a sec, you're scrolling back. 25! Holy shit, Rain, that is amazing. Be compensated. Okay. Thank you, Soda. But no, it's just because, like, okay. I really do not agree with the take that the Xbox 360 is like this amazing be-all, end-all controller. I don't think it's a bad controller or anything. I just, like, it's always felt a little bit cheap to me. Granted, I feel like the PlayStation 3's controller feels kind of cheap too. In a way, it's hard to describe. But like, with the Xbox 360 controller A, with the battery pack, if you have a wireless one, it is just a little too heavy in awkward places. But I just don't feel like it's super comfortable. Added some channel point reward things to my stream. I was supposed to have them live before I streamed today, but I was busy, you know. Oh, cool. I'm glad you got some extra stuff added on, though. That's fun. Yeah, that's the thing, is, like, I don't think the Xbox 360 controller is bad, but I don't think it's the amazing be-all, end-all controller. What's especially egregious with the Xbox 360 is the D-pad's really bad. Especially with the original model. Which is even more egregious because, like, the 360 and PS3 era was the era where, 2D games were making a huge comeback. Okay, give me just a sec, so to check in the Discord. Yeah, that's an Xbox Series one. And yeah, I get what you mean, because the Xbox Series, like, controller flares out, where the Nintendo ones kind of go more, like, straight down with the curve. Because personally, I think the, of that kind of, like, style and design, I feel like the Nintendo Switch Pro Controller and the Switch 2 Pro Controller are just, they're pretty much my favorite controllers of all time. I've only played the Switch 2 Pro Controller a little bit. Because they have, like, a kiosk at my local Walmart that has, like, a bunch of playable Switch games. Or Switch 2 games, excuse me. They've got some of the ones you expect, like Donkey Kong Country Bonanza. and like the new Yoshi game, Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. But they also have a playable demo of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth on the freaking Switch 2 kiosk at Walmart. That is such a fucking flex. Yeah, no, it felt so amazing to use. And here's the thing is, like, I haven't been in a rush to buy one, partially because they are, like, almost $100 in the US. But I also haven't been in a rush to buy one because, honestly, the Switch 2 Joy-Cons just feel amazing. Just in the Joy-Con grip, they're just a wonderful controller. Like, I have been using them to play games that I never thought I would use Joy-Cons to play. Because the second I got my Switch 1 Pro controller, my Joy-Cons basically only got used on the Switch 1 if a game required Joy-Cons, like Pokemon Let's Go or something. And I still love my Switch 1 Pro controller because I actually have it synced with my Switch 2, because almost every Switch 2 game still has compatibility with the Switch 1 Pro controller, which is a wonderful thing, and I'm so happy they did that. But like I said, a lot of times I just, the Switch 2 Joy-Cons are just so comfy, I just use those. Sorry, saying that, I remembered I needed to hook them up to charge to the Switch 2, and since I'm not playing the Switch 2 right now, I don't need to have them hanging out. The US strat of increasing the price of accessories and not games better than everything costs. Yeah, it still sucks. Because, I mean, that's the thing, the real reason that I really don't have a game keycard games, I mean, yeah, I do hate the fact that they're not a real physical, and if there's ever an issue with the server, you just can't get the game anymore. Like, for the first time. Because that's the thing, is, like, once it downloads it onto your Switch, it just acts like a normal physical game. I get that. But my big issue right now is that, it just takes up more storage, and I just don't have the money to spend an extra almost $100 on a 512 gigabyte SD card via Express SD card. I wanted to get the Deep Cut Raiders amiibo. In France, they're like 60 euros for all three. The base Deep Cut was 45 euros, yeah. You get them before launch, they still download them. Yeah, I know. Because that's the thing, it doesn't go through the eShop. If you get a game key card and you have not set up an eShop account, you can still put it in there and play it. Because there's a lot of misinformation out there about game key cards. There's a lot of misinformation of, like, hucksters saying shit like, every Switch game is a game key card. Which, no. Granted, there are a lot of people who honestly think that with the PS4, PS5, and modern Xbox consoles, that every game requires an online connection to load onto you. Like, no, it doesn't. Not unless it specifically says so on the box. It only requires an online connection if it says so. Other than that, it installs it from the disc. That's why games like Red Dead Redemption 2 and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth come with 2 discs. I mean, it's true that there's spider's eggs in every game keycard that'll hatch in 8 years. Shh, Maddie, that's a secret. I had an express card at launch for the price of everything memory storage. I'm glad I did, yeah. Sorry, it's okay. The spiders will forgive you this time. Shit, I forgot what I was doing. Yeah, one thing I definitely miss from Fire Red is I really wish the Versus Seeker was in Gold and Silver. I know sometimes people will call you back for a rematch, but I built my local server back in 2024 because I got 3 8-terabyte hard drives for 500 euros. A single one's 400, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Generative AI provides nothing, accomplishes nothing, doesn't do anything for people, and is now too expensive for corporations to even take advantage of it. But we're all still getting punished for it. It's like zero good came out of it whatsoever. And it just took and took and took. Just like vacuuming up resources. Because that's the thing, I don't have any kind of storage expansion for my PS5, and I was actually waiting for them to go down in price a little bit. Because, you know, that's what tech stuff used to do. It used to go down in price. But the internal storage stuff for the internal storage expansions for PS5 haven't really gone down at all. Because honestly, that's my biggest thing that I dislike the most about modern gaming. Is constantly fucking fighting for storage space. I just want to have all my games installed. Unrelated, remember the Gundam game they announced at Summer Games Fest? It's part of a new timeline that'll start with the 2027 anime. Please, Bandai Namco, make the Steam version playable. You are asking for a lot. You know, it sucks because with Bandai Namco, it's a complete roulette. Whether the Steam version of a game will be a complete afterthought or not. They didn't announce it for Switch, too. I feel like both Atlas and Bandai Namco delay the Switch versions on purpose because they know most people own multiple platforms and will double dip it because they really want it on Switch or Switch 2. Like, to be fair, a lot of those Atlas games, the Switch 2 literally didn't exist when it came out, like Persona 3 Reload or Metaphor. Double dip. Double dip the chip. Boom, boom, boom. I mean, I love to double dip on games, but I usually only get my additional copies when I can get them for a really cheap price. I'm not like going out there and buying both my copies of Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition for freaking $59.99. Yeah, Persona 6 being on Xbox and not Switch 2 is weird. Same with P4R. It's not really that weird, because, from my understanding at least, I don't think the Xbox Series and the PlayStation 5's architecture are that far apart from each other. So when you're developing for one, I don't think it's a huge leap to get it on the other. But honestly, like, currently as things are, almost everything is fully multi-platform now. So it's not really that weird for it to be on Xbox. At this point, I feel like for a lot of games, it's weirder when they're not. I feel like Falcom is one of the bizarre holdouts for this, where most of their stuff comes out only on PlayStation, Nintendo, and Steam. Funny, Zero Time Dilemma came out on Xbox in 2022. The game was originally released in 2016. A bunch of games got random late-life shadow drops on Xbox. Like Dragon Quest Builders 2 just showed up on the Xbox store one day. Because it was originally only Switch, PlayStation, and PC, I think. I know that, did I do these already and forget? I guess I did. Figured since it has to switch to Heart Gold, Soul Silver starter, resetting for a shiny Chikorita or Cyndaquil since you're playing Gen 2. Aw, cool. Tell me which one you end up getting. Let's all send Maddie shiny luck. Everybody raise your hands up to send your shiny energy to them. But no, like, Square just randomly dropped, like, all 6 Final Fantasy Pixel remasters. Trials of Mana Remake, the PS1 game Legend of Mana, like, all at once. Like 8 months after Romancing Saga 2 came out for PS4, PS5, Switch, and PC, they just put an Xbox Series version on the Xbox Store with no fanfare. Okay, you know, Bravely Default was originally a 3DS game, and it was a Switch 2 launch. The remaster was a Switch 2 launch title. It's on PC as well now, but when the Steam version came out, they just plopped it on the Xbox Store. It is not on PlayStation in any form right now. Hey, it's me, Wade. Are you awake? I found all kinds of berries. If you want, I'll share some with you. I'll be waiting on Route 31. Alright. Thank you, Wade. With the Mana games suddenly showing up... Well, remember, Square did specify that they're switching to prioritizing multi-platform, because the Final Fantasy VII Part 3 Remake is launching simultaneously on Switch 2, PS5, Series X, and PC. Which I think is freaking awesome. Did I get this already? Yes, I did. Okay. Also, yeah, Capcom's prioritizing PC... ooh, a PlayStation Network Cure Berry. For me, as soon as I find anything you might like. Well, I mean, Monster Hunter is one of Capcom's biggest money makers, so I think the horrific, shambling state it was in on PC was kind of a wake-up call for them. Because the PC audience, especially with what PlayStation's up to, the PC audience is only going to grow bigger. Because when you don't have the flexibility of being able to get physical copies of games and all of the perks that come with being able to get games physically, all a console is at that point is a worse PC with an ecosystem. And if consoles... Because it's looking like whenever PlayStation 6 and Xbox Piggly Wiggly come out, they're probably going to be on or about $1,000 US, which my ass ain't got that kind of money. So I would rather just save up and just make my PC as powerful as those. The Xbox Piggly Wiggly. Outside of the name Xbox, which I think is cool as hell, and the Xbox 360, which is a very good name, I think Xbox has been really bad at naming their consoles, because I know the Xbox One was supposed to be because it was an all-in-one entertainment center, but then it just made it really fucking obnoxious to refer to the original Xbox. Because now you have something like OG Xbox or the original Xbox instead of just saying the Xbox One. And then Series X and Series X, sure, we're used to them now, but they don't even convey that they're new consoles. They sound like they're premium versions of the Xbox One. Can't wait for the Xbox of macaroni and cheese. Sounds delicious. Yo, I got a shiny Motsicle. Tips my DS so you can see there's no cheating device. I want to get a Framework 13 Pro with the prices of RAM and SSD is bad. I mean, owning a goat is a lot of responsibility. Well, I'd be a sheep. Sheep, sheep, I'm a beep. I wish sheep existed in Pokemon Crystal. See, I love that you guys just get to experience my ADHD in real time. I wish sheep existed in general. Yeah, they keep trying to convince us they do, but they can't pull the wool over our eyes. And they also can't port Yoshi's Woolly World to Nintendo Switch for some reason. Also, I can turn and look up on my collectible shelf behind the TV, and there's my Yarn Yoshi. Hi. RAM and SSD is BYO. So that's a pro-consumer thing. You can get them for cheaper or such, but in this economy, no. Well, that's my thing, is like, most of the games I play are not gonna push most game hardware to the limit, but my PC I got in 2020, so it's to the point where a lot of stuff that comes out for PS5 and Series X, just, I can't play it. Weirdly enough, the bottleneck is the amount of RAM, because I only have 8 gigabytes of RAM in my PC. Might stream Woolly World. I never actually finished it. I actually didn't either. I really want to, though. It was really good. I mean, I still have it. I can hook up my Wii U. One of my favorite things about Woolly World is almost every amiibo that was available up to that point has an outfit for Yoshi. So if you want to, like, run through the game as Shulk Yoshi or Mega Man Yoshi or Sonic Yoshi, you can do it. Microsoft just fucking Copilot in the fucking Notepad app. Ew, why would you do that? I don't want Copilot in anything. Get that shit out, that's gross. Copilot, more like no pilot in the plane because it's gonna crash. Copilot NTR. Nitro System? The Nintendo DS? The World Ends With You for the Nintendo DS? I'll take it. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing Copilot under a hydraulic press or something. Hey, Microsoft, stop fucking reinstalling Copilot on every update. Nobody wants that shit. Well, that's the thing. That's how you know AI is fucked and it's gonna be on the way out. Because even the random normies don't like AI, and it's thrown around as an insult. So random normies is a little unfair to regular people just living normal lives. I apologize, I'm just an uber nerd. What would I do? Switch to Linux? I get it, but also that's a lot of work. My local mall used AI for their posters. Gross. Still looking up if I can inject DS ROMs in my Wii U to play them with the gamepad. I hope so. That'd be an awesome way to play them. Executives are trying to force it down our throats, maybe as a joke, to sell socks. They burned down 15 rainforests to sell you some socks. Bro, I would have put socks on. I would have given them the feet pics for a lot cheaper than whatever they spent running the AI bullshit. I knew sheep were evil. The Sheevil. Resident Sheevil. AI Loke gave the socks a cock, but no right leg. Cock in the sock, and you're to blame, darling. You give love a third leg. I'm so sorry, Slash, you're welcome. And that's why I put 18 plus on all my streams. Come on and slam. But no, another thing, I actually did have some money set aside, and I went ahead and put down a pre-order for the Switch version of the Tales of Eternia remaster. I am so freaking excited that Tales of Eternia is coming out on modern platforms. I was so afraid with the Tales of Remaster series they weren't going to remaster any of the 2D ones from like PS1 or Super Nintendo or whatever. So I am very happy Tales of Eternia is going to be on all modern platforms. For the physical version, I've only seen it physical for Switch and PS5, and it looks like the physicals, from what I've seen, are only in Japan and other parts of Asia. Because I haven't seen any talk of a North American physical release. I just went to VGP and pre-ordered a Japanese copy because I know it's going to have, like, all the languages are on any cartridge, so... Told me there's an upgrade, but I didn't see it listed on the eShop. It should have an upgrade. Give me just a sec here. Because I'm probably going to go ahead and get the Switch 1 version. Give me just a sec. Does Digimon Story Time Stranger on Nintendo Switch have a Switch 2 upgrade? I'm asking Google. Give me just a sec. I'm getting conflicting answers. I mean, I'm gonna probably get a Switch 1 version. Anyway, so I can have a real physical version. I'm not terribly concerned with the upgrade or not, but it, like, half the things are saying it does have an upgrade path, and other things are saying it doesn't. Okay. And the official websites are not being clear about it. I mean, Soda, if you don't care about game key cards, then get the one that speaks to your heart. Because they're the same price anyway. Golbat can keep their wings up forever. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm very easily distracted and cute. Okay. I feel like the spine of UFO 50 is a different shade of red. Oh yeah, it's specifically to drive OCD people crazy. Ring Fit's another game I need to get back to. I've always wanted to buy it. I don't even know if I can get it for a good price anymore. I haven't looked it up in so long. Got up to max difficulty. Holy shit, girl. Freaking Rain takes off her, like changing t-shirts or whatever, and she's got, like, a ripped six-pack. No, wait, I got it. Rain is one of those magical girl, like, protagonists who, like, is built like they're made out of sticks, but then they can also just bench press a car. What did I draw today? I was so busy. That sucks, is, like, you feel the spur to draw while you're out doing stuff, and then when you get home, you're just like, boom. And fall down into the bed. Honestly, I almost did that. I legitimately almost played Dawn of Sorrow and took a nap, or Aria of Sorrow and took a nap instead of trying to stream. But I'm like, no, I'm gonna stream. I missed Sunday. If I only stream one day this week, I'll be mad at myself. Years ago today, I drew a Mithra. Yay! Need to get my sleeper build back. See, that's my problem. I try to get a sleeper build, but now I just have a sleepy build, and I just won't go take a nap. Cute little mousy nap. Just a tiny little mousy curled in a tiny little bed. Pulling my little Swiss cheese pattern blanket over me. Just got the sleeper. Sent it to you if you're curious. I'm always down for some Mithra. Oh, I didn't know you sent the sock cock. It's amazing. That's a wonderful Mithra. So smug. Also, it really fucked me up just like 3 years ago, and you put the date 2023 on it, and I'm like, it's not 3 years ago, and like, yeah, it is. That's what happened to me. Sleeper builds can very easily turn into sleepy builds. See, that's my thing. I just want to be able to have a skinny waist and keep my big butt and thick thighs. Because I think I've mentioned this before, but even back when I was like rail thin skinny, like probably kind of unhealthy skinny, I still kind of had a big butt. Years ago started the job that I just left earlier this year. Back in 2020 when I exercised for 6 months, I got upper arm muscles. They still haven't gone away all this time later. Visible for the most part, but I can still feel them. Heck yeah. World's buffest raccoon. I am very much enjoying my Duchess controller, by the way. Then again, like, that's another part of my hot take thing is, it kind of comorbid with the Xbox 360 not being the greatest controller ever. And I think it gets a little bit more praise than I would give it. Is, I think that the Controller S for the original Xbox is very underrated. And I've always wished that more games that I wanted to play were on the original Xbox as an excuse to use that controller. So now that I have one that works on PC and Xbox Series, then, you know, that wish is basically granted. But like that one thing, I don't know if they actually do anything for me in terms of strength, but anything, they exist. I mean, it's just honestly really cool that they exist. You put in the effort and you got... You know, it paid off, and that's awesome. Pissed. Tickles? Why did Twitch email me about the fact that your sub to me is over? Didn't you just resub last stream? Because you still have your first badge. Slam that bat. Oh, it's paralyzed. Could have been a very delayed email, probably. I don't know. I've gotten stuff like that from Twitch that's like way off also. Like, I've gotten an email from Twitch because, like, I'm subbed to Kubi, and like, Twitch, for some reason, will send me emails sometimes that, oh, your sub is about to renew. And they sent me that one time after sending me the email that my sub renewed. Twitch renews subs all the time, so what I usually do is subscribe then cancel so it doesn't renew. I think one time I canceled the actual ongoing sub for some reason. I gotcha. Also, a sub hot take adjacent to that hot take. I really don't like that all modern controllers' buttons are so dull. Like, I love my Switch and Switch 2 and everything, but man, it's kind of a drag that all of the buttons are just like a black button with a white letter. Or that, you know, like, PlayStation has its iconic button colors, and for the PS5, the buttons are just white with a gray button on it. And in-game, they don't even show them as the PlayStation button colors. It makes me so mad. And, like, Xbox used to have these really pretty, like, gemstone-looking buttons in the original and the 360. And for the One in the series, it's just black with a letter written. At least the letters are in their color, but still. Okay, everybody hydrate and stretch. Stand up, get a good stretchy. Alrighty, grab your favorite sugar-free, caffeine-free beverage of choice. I've got my water tumbler right here. Take a nice big sippy. And also, give me just a sec, Rain. I will load your other hot take real quick. The grayification of anything fun and colorful is one of my least favorite things in the last 15 years. 100% agree. I cannot stand it. It's a great night for fishing. My quillfish has grown again. It's only about so big when I caught it, but now it's way bigger. Oh yeah, I lost a wild Zubat. It was huge, like this big even. I guess I can't tell over the phone. I'll be seeing you. Eating frozen raspberries, so technically I'm hydrating while I eat. When studies looked at palettes for cars in the last century, it's been ongoing longer than that. They removed fun and whimsy from the world. What the fuck is wrong with these people? Well, I mean, like, bro, gaming, like, I video my games to add more fun and whimsy to my life. You know, I don't want my video games to be, like, dull and gritty and sad. I mean, I respect art wanting to do its thing if it wants to be dull and gritty, but, like, you know, even if I'm playing as, like, Angry McSad Father on my slow third-person adventure, I want a bright red fucking circle button on my prompt, please. I will say, though, one thing I really did enjoy, unfortunately it didn't stick, but a bunch of late-life Switch 1 games, actually, because Soda, you mentioned wanting Joy-Cons with the Super Famicom button colors. A bunch of late-life Switch games actually have the Super Famicom button colors for the Switch controller buttons. Super Mario RPG, the Paper Mario Thousand Year Door remake, and I know Ease 10 all have the Super Famicom button colors on their menus, and I really love that. Pizza is a salad. No. Back a few years ago, I was this close to getting a Samsung because they had awesome purple. Now they don't. Depression's been an exceptionally big issue within the past few decades, and the answer to that is to remove anything that is any sort of whimsy. It's super genius. I mean, I feel like the lack of whimsical escapes and third places in general are big depression contributors. But generally, there's just been this toxic mindset that is hardly anything new, especially in America. It's been around for a long time, But this overall toxic mindset, and I fall into it sometimes too. I am not immune. I am not above it. Where having to feel like every single thing you do and every bit of time you spend has to be quotation marks productive. Very Western mentality to go with serious. Things going white and gray has made people too scared to stand out, which makes the bland, empty white and gray epidemic spread further and harder to get rid of. Yeah. But I mean, like, because that's the thing is, like, I think people need to be more comfortable with doing things for the hell of it, doing them not perfectly, not comparing yourself to someone else when you're doing something, because, like, okay, if you're drawing something for a professional commission, it is definitely justifiable to nitpick a product somebody paid you for and want it to be as perfect as you can possibly get. If you're drawing your OC getting their sploinked doinked and you want to post it on your NSFW account because you think it's cool and funny and sexy, then it really doesn't matter if that 1 pixel by their hair is a little bit off. That's not the point. Everyone needs to say fuck it, Weeball. Abso-fucking-lutely. It's like with people going like during your gaming time, people will be like optimizing their fucking single player playthrough. Why? Getting it done is more important than getting it perfect. Absolutely. That and everything created by a human will be created by a human. Therefore, it fundamentally cannot be perfect because we are not perfect. So aiming for perfection is folly. And even if you did aim for perfection, perfection is a form of failure, because if you do something perfectly, you've got nowhere else to go and then nowhere to improve. So there's no greater failure than perfection. If you're a little bit too affected by the "you got a hobby, monetize it," yeah, that's so toxic. That is so miserably toxic and incredibly common. Especially because a lot of people, especially when they're young, hear a thing about, like, you know, they just like to do this or that thing, and like, well, you'll never make any money doing that. And I'm like, I don't fucking care. It's very often we pass by a car that isn't white, gray, or a normal shade of red, blue, or beige, and someone in the car calls it out. Typically with judgment in their tone. It makes me kind of sad. Yeah. I want to get a car with a fun color. I hope you can. Or the Your Media tab is your portfolio. Lately, I've just been posting more random thoughts and funnies to allow myself to post stuff for fun. Yeah, Your Media tab is, in fact, not your portfolio. Your portfolio is your portfolio. You know, like, go online and be yourself and have fun. Need to actually rewatch the Meet the Robinsons. Super good movie telling the audience that perfection is the true failure. Good. I need to watch it. I completely missed almost all the animated movies of like the early to mid 2000s. Because I was like at the exact right age where I had just discovered anime and I thought I had outgrown a lot of American cartoon stuff. Without really respecting that even something targeted at a young audience is still art worth respecting, and you can still learn from it no matter how old you are. Don't care, I will draw Sonic across self-insert male impreg. Yes. Remember, artists, you have the power to draw them pregnant. Said, I'm an artist, piss me off and I'll draw you getting denied a loan at the bank. I want to rewatch the first Lego movie because the whole thing went over Baby Me's head. I actually do have, well, it was my mom's, but I actually do have that on Blu-ray. I should actually watch it sometimes because I've only like heard it going in the background when Mom watched it, but she really seemed to like it. It feels like the internet turned from fun, whimsical escapism from the real world to actually being the main place people spend their time, with reality being the escapism, with lacking the fun and whimsical part. Well, that's the thing, is it's like, it's kind of the corporate goal overall to have there be no escape. Like, your entire existence should be either providing value or either provide value or be monetized. Because, I mean, there's still a lot of good on the internet. There's still a lot of fun. There's still a lot of places to find people and gather and do stuff. Be a good employee while at work. Raise good employees at home. Once again, everything circles back to destroy capitalism. Like I said, we need to employ the Splunk Dinko method. My upcoming VTuber and branding, I want to go with fun colors because I realize that when I see fun things, my depression goes away. And I'm less pressuring myself. Splunk Dinko method is my favorite. Because, of course, Rain, you would raise a Pokemon that does not miss with its guillotines. But you see, that's why the meme was so perfect. Yeah, that's literally what inspired me to make it. Twitch dashboard mentioned you at one point. Whoa. I mean, I'm not trying to brag, but famous YouTuber Rain E Days did favorite me as one of her collab people, so just saying. Because that basically also makes me famous. Oh, sick. Yeah, she's pretty cool. Also incredibly attractive. Got the context, something like good people to collab with or viewership synergy. That is so fucking funny, because I got a viewership synergy thing for Kubi actually on my dashboard once, and I'm like, yeah, no shit. Every problem humanity has is solvable, or at least to the capacity to make it better. Step 1 involves a certain one-hit KO move. I don't know if famous applies to me, given that I stream to the same 10 people who are here and also watch Kubi. Hi, Cole. How are you doing today on this lovely Thursday evening? We're back in Crystal, back in Johto after so long. I have missed my Blorbo babies, so we're grinding it up for red. Let's see, let me check the cuties I have in the box real quick. See what level they're at. Doing well, hanging out with a friend, so I may not respo. That's okay, still appreciate you being here either way. All my lurkers are cute too. Hi, lurkies. And also all the cute people who watch my VODs. Love you guys too. Yeah, let's go ahead and get Jelly Belly out. We can probably... I'm gonna put Doritu back in here. Ooh, this controller's so clicky and responsive. I am digging it. One of my big tests I was doing with Aria of Sorrow that made me really appreciate the controller is it was really easy for me to do short hops. Here, wait, here, let's have some controller ASMR. Give me a sec here. I put it, like, right up to the mic. I don't know if you guys heard it or not. Very easy to give into nihilism because people who want that have set up our daily lives to naturally lead to that conclusion. But like, what if we jumped into a flower field and made each other flower crowns? What then exactly? Oh shit, I just cracked my knuckles into the mic again. I'm so sorry, you guys. My current controller's R bumper isn't very responsive anymore for some reason. I might look into getting a new one. I mean, I have been enjoying my Hyperkin Duchess. Not an ad. Could be an ad. You can sponsor me if you want to, Hyperkin. Hi. I'm a cute little mouse. Also, I feel like whenever anybody has issues with the controller, like 90% of the time, regardless of manufacturer, what controller, what style, it's always the fucking L or R buttons. Like, I feel like people have a problem with their GBA or their DS. It's the fucking L or R button. Every time. Nihilist back in high school and bits of uni. Try my best not to have bad thoughts that can lead back to it. Yeah, I can understand how easy it is to fall into that. Thankfully, my mom, being who she is, never let me give in to nihilism. Or get too into that. Because she would just jar me back to earth with usually something like, what the hell are you talking about? Or just give me like a confused look and like raise her hand up. And I'm like, yeah, okay, you're right. I sound like... Because she wouldn't mock me, but she'd be like, that sounds really stupid. Or not stupid, but like, that sounds like nonsense. What are you saying? I think the fun part of nihilism, taking away like life, is meaningless. So why shouldn't we go do the things that bring me joy? There's no shame in having nihilistic thoughts. It's difficult to choose hope every day and every moment. It's very worth it. Yeah, you're not weak for having that stuff go into your head or having the waves of it wash over you. Because, like, okay, I feel like people who do give into nihilism do the same thing as, like... Okay, have you ever gone to, like, a YouTube or a Twitch chat or whatever, and you talk about wanting to buy some retro game, and then people are like, well, just emulate it. And then, like, they're so obsessed with telling you to emulate everything, it becomes their whole personality. And, like, nihilistic people cannot wait to start telling you how pointless everything is and how given up they are on everything and how it's just like, bro, who are you trying to convince? The phrase "nothing is worth it" went from bleh to ta-da. Yeah. I mean, it's the same thing we were talking about art. It's like, my art will never be perfect. Flipping it to, my art will never be perfect. So that means this is great right now. If nothing matters, then that means that any pain we're going through isn't real and doesn't have consequences. Yeah. I can understand that too. Like I said, I am unbelievably fortunate to not only have had the mother that I had, but to also have wonderful friends who are amazing. It's an easy way out, and it's easy, which is why it's easy to get to that point. Yeah. Sorry, Maddie, I misread your comment for a minute there, and then I went back and read back through it. That's why the tone sounded a little silly at first. Therapist said that exactly. Asked if I want to join artist circles. I said I don't feel worthy to do so. And said, in your eyes, you'll never be worthy, so might as well start now. There you go. Actually, you know what? Oh wait, never mind. I am where I need to be. Tee. You know, I wish at least one of the official Pokemon games would have had, like, a playthrough of Kanto, but everything's actually like it is in Gold and Silver as far as, like, the Pokemon locations. Like, you know, having Sentret be there, having, like, Houndoom and Slugma be in their places, and Murkrow and stuff. Sometimes the people who have no hang-ups about if they're worthy tend to be the ones with the most growing to do, sometimes. Yeah. Let's do a quick Elite Four run. Just for... I mean, we're grinding for EXP anyway. It'll give us some more money. Because I don't think I've actually done a second run through the Elite Four since I beat the game the first time. This has to be for shits and or giggles. At the same time, every human is deserving and worthy on the basis of being human. Everyone deserves comfort and security. And people who make them feel that way. Yeah. Gosh, I forgot Taki was still a Growlithe when we did the run through the first time. They still contributed, though. Tiny-ass dog. Okay, let's go ahead and let Fritter and Mellow Cream here. I mean, most sung songs in Rhythm Paradise Groove have a Ko Takeuchi style album cover. Cool. Hi, Liz. Good evening, Mots. This is Liz. Are you awake? Listen. Goldenrod Gem's Whitney began battling only a little while ago, but the Pokemon League chose her to be a gym leader. I bet she must be totally talented. Okay, I'll call you later. Thank you, Liz. I accidentally hit A too many times. Schmorpupper. That's right, Will is the first one. Just a sec here. Actually, no, Jelly Belly will be the one. I know, Will, we met already. It's actually harder to regrind the Elite Four in later games, or use them for grinding, because, I think from Gen 4 onward, the Elite Four, like, when you rematch them, all get buffed. I don't remember if that starts in Diamond and Pearl or in Platinum, but I know for most games afterward, they'll be buffed into, like, the high 60s and 70s and stuff. Interesting, it implies gym leaders are chosen like they're scouted. Makes their title have extra weight, yeah. It is interesting for how long Pokemon's been around. We don't really have a lot of insight into how the process for like gyms and gym leaders in the Elite Four actually works. Shake, 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 shake. It's like something every region does differently. You know, I was actually kind of lamenting the other day. I really wish that the Generation 6 and Generation 7 Pokemon games got Switch ports. Because emulating 3DS isn't really super good yet. And I'd love to stream them. But for the price of getting a 3DS with a capture card pre-installed right now, I could just buy another Switch too. Or I could buy one RAM. Get the Gen 1 remakes on there, so give them like 15 years. Again, it's so crazy to me that they don't just steadily release all of the old games on Switch and Switch 2, because, like, you're just sitting on money that you're not getting that you could have. Pokemon isn't that popular of a series. Yeah, you're right. It is pretty niche. I'm amazed you guys keep showing up for my Pokemon streams. But you're cool people who have actually heard of it, so we're like in the elite club. We're all just here for you. Hello. You have no idea what a poking man is. That's not true. You've been to Kubi's streams before. No? Oh. Okay, Pokemon's kind of like... It's kind of like Digimon, but it's not really like Digimon, but it's kind of like Yu-Gi-Oh, but it's not really like Yu-Gi-Oh, but it is a lot like Earthbound. Blink, blink. I see. Pocky time! You see, I joke, but Creatures Inc. is largely staffed by people who were a part of Ape, who co-developed Earthbound. So there is, like, direct Earthbound DNA in the original Pokemon games. Doesn't sound like my thing. Yeah, I didn't really think you'd be into it, Maddie. No, I didn't... I mean, not all that many Creatures Inc., so it's kind of a silly name. I mean, hey, we love octopi. Cephalopod. Like, comment, and subscribe if you're part of the Cephalopod squad. I love looking into Piece of Media's roots and seeing what inspired what. It's a lot of fun. Also, Pokemon archivist Lewtwo, like Lewtwo, recently did a video where they basically compiled a bunch of stuff from an old documentary, having a heavy discussion with a friend. That's okay. You guys are not... this isn't a job. You guys can just listen to me yap and do whatever you're doing in the background. Like, it's fine. Yeah, with the Lewtwo video, like... I do like a lot of the cut Pokemon, but it is so fucking funny to me that even with, like, over, like, almost 100 scrapped Pokemon that didn't make it into Gen 4, still only one of them was a fire type. For example, Crobat was inspired by this old piece of media called bats that are like mice with wings. Oh, that sounds cool as hell. I'm a mice. I would love to have wings. But, I don't have Red Bull. That's in Fire Red. If we had it here, it'd be Crystal Ball. And it has a Xenoblade 2 trailer. Well, yeah, the, Xenoblade 2 Switch 2 edition is coming out soon. You can just go to a restaurant. Why didn't I think of that? New info, checking it out now. Sweet, don't spoil any of it. I want to go look later. Like the Marvelous Mystic Ginger's fat lap. Blech. Give me just a sec. I need to... My brain's dyslexiaing. The Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack is like a major connecting point for a lot of mid-2010s American cartoons, like Adventure Time, Wander Over Yonder, Steven Universe, Regular Show, Infinity Train, Bee and Puppy Cat, Gravity Falls, Owl House, the list goes on and on, yeah. One of my all-time favorites that's kind of become a meme in 7th's chat is the bizarre GameCube adventure game. Gosh, I think it's called like Mickey and the Magical Mirror or something. Or Magical Mirror starring Mickey Mouse, something like that. But it is a 3D adventure game starring Mickey Mouse. It's developed by Capcom. It is co-produced by Shigeru Miyamoto and directed by the writer of Breath of Fire 4. And I'm like, what? The thing is, the game's not really that good, but it has a ton of Capcom references. It has, like, one that references the fucking Spencer Mansion from Resident Evil. It has a thing like a mini game where like there are a bunch of barrels coming toward you and Mickey can do Hadokens and Shoryukens and stuff. Certainly some whiplash when you realize it's insane. It's a GameCube exclusive also. Oh, and also one of the songs samples the fucking In the House Like Carpet song sample pack, the same one that's used in Persona Trinity Soul. It's like, because, you know, 7th jokingly called it like the game that keeps on giving. It's just like, huh? Thought we were done with that cursed phrase. I'm sorry, it always comes back. I tried to put it in my pocket and save it like rocket fuel, but it didn't work. Like, it's under my bed, like, I shan't say. So, like, is this just a fucking abyss? You think that's, like, super far down, or do you think it's just really dark in the rest of the room? New blade is Soda, I asked you not to spoil it for me. But that's cool. No, it's okay. I understand the hype. Hype is very strong. I forgot what Karen starts with. Is it Umbreon? I think it is. No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm still going to go check it out later. Do I have anybody who has a fighting move? Rock Smash isn't really that powerful. I don't know why I'm sitting there humming and hawing over this when I'm probably powerful enough to just mow down the whole team anyway, so. Just use a fairy move. Why didn't I think of that? Thank you, Maddie. Fun fact, my mom, who is also named Karen, Umbreon is one of her favorite Pokemon. And that's before she ever knew about the Elite Four member or anything. My mom even had an Umbreon plushie that she kept on her bed. Along with a lot of Build-A-Bears. Not all of them were ones she went to Build-A-Bear to make. Some of them she just found at thrift stores. My mom always thought it was a little bit sad when a Build-A-Bear ended up at like a thrift store or something. Because, you know, it's not just a random plushie. It's like, you know, with a Build-A-Bear, you go through a whole thing with it to make it yours, so. You get the life-size Espeon. They're not life-size, but over at my local Walmart, they actually had a sleeping Espeon and sleeping Vaporeon for like $35 US. It's a little kid's best friend at some point. I know, it makes me sad thinking about it too much. I do forget that, you know, obviously a lot of other people are not that sentimental. Or at least they aren't that sentimental until they get a lot older, in which they still had all their stuff. It makes me very glad that I didn't just get rid of a bunch of stuff when I, you know, aged to certain ages or anything. Always wanted to go to Build-A-Bear as a kid, but never got the chance. I mean, my mom went as an adult, did the whole thing, you know, jumped up and down, blessed the little heart and all that stuff, and the few that she made, because it's fucking fun. Because I'm French. Yeah, I don't think about it, but it probably is an American thing. But okay, with Build-A-Bear, it's this little boutique where you can, you kind of pay in advance. You pick out a design for an stuffed animal. They even have some licensed ones, like they've had Pokemon ones, they've had Hello Kitty ones. But you pick it out the one you want, and then they actually, like, they put a little heart inside them, a little plushy heart, and that gets put inside them and sewn onto them when they get stuffed. So the heart's in there, and then, you know, you have to do a little thing, like, depending on the kid or the person, like, hosting it, you know, do a little cute little hop up and down or dance or whatever to kind of, like, enchant the heart to bring it to life. And, you know, then they stuff it. You can pick out little clothes and accessories, which, of course, do cost money. But it's a fun little kid thing. I sense somber conversation, but I am a wet squirrel, and I am here. How's my favorite wet squirrel today, LD? I mean, it did make my inner child sad when my brother and sister-in-law took their daughter there on her first birthday. It makes me happy that she got to have that, despite not retaining the memory at all. I mean, that feels a little early for Build-A-Bear, but who knows? At least they got to have fun and stuff with their daughter, so that's good. Yeah, it's super cute. It's a lot of fun. Because like I said, I went with Mom to do it a few times, and she just had a great time with it. But yes, LD, how are you doing today on this lovely Thursday evening? I've been really enjoying your new sketches and stuff all like that on Blue Sky. It has been really cool. Also, LD, you know, I love how you're like, oh, I'm going to learn my lesson from director's design, and then you make a new character with even more chaotic hair, with even more curls in more directions. I mean, it looks amazing, but holy shit, you just got your wrists operated on. Please take care of yourself. Won't go into it, but sister-in-law does a lot of things just for aesthetic, and it's probably another example. It's sad, but LD is light dizzy. Yeah, because the abbreviation for light dizzy is LD. Like the letters. What does Lance start with? I think it's Gyarados. Also, an effect I've never really appreciated as much in the past, but kind of notice now, is that this floor here is probably, like, the gray part's supposed to be reflective. So with the statues, it's kind of like giving the optical illusion of it being reflective in the floor here. I know that your character doesn't reflect, but I mean, you know, obviously this is Game Boy Color, so. Taking care of my wrist, sheep hair, sheep hair. I mean, it is very pretty. I love the design, but I mean, I do appreciate that your recent sketches, which are like, hey, it was actually nice to see the light Dizzy design again. I feel like it's been a long time since you've drawn her, but it was nice to see those characters with more sane hair that just had like shading and stuff where you didn't draw every single curl. Hopefully, I'll draw tomorrow. No pressure. I hope so too. I doodled a few things yesterday. I've been trying to get back into the habit. And eventually I want to get myself into the habit of drawing digitally more and drawing digitally just for fun. Because I kind of discussed this a little bit with LD on Blue Sky yesterday. But one of the biggest issues that I have had is that I never really sat down and used a computer for fun very much. So I didn't really have a lot of that play and experimentation phase that a lot of people have having a computer when they're kids. Because, like, when I was younger, you know, my mom worked on a computer... Oh shit, I forgot the Dragonite had Fire Blast. Hang in there, Musketeers. But my mom had to work on a computer at work all day. And also, there was a library pretty close to where we lived. So if I ever wanted to look at anything online, I'd just go over to the library. But, oh shit, my brain stopped. So we didn't really have a computer at home until like 2012. Just because we didn't need it. Like, if we needed to print something or look something up online, Mom would do it at work, or I'd do it at the library. And, you know, by 2012, I was already more or less an adult. So I never really had the playing on MS Paint phase as a little kid or anything like that. Belated messages because I'm phone typing, but LD's probably the only character with simple hair. I mean, I blame the character designer. The character designer who's probably incredibly cool and attractive and sexy, but keeps designing characters with expansive hair that takes up the entire screen. Like, I love making characters with really long hair, but something I always think about was an interview with the creative team behind Shantae at WayForward. And one of their biggest issues, they thought about having a 3D Shantae game, but from behind, she just looks like a giant piece of hair, because all you see is the hair. Forgot to mention eyeballs. So, Soda, between the new Blade you mentioned and a certain something else from a recent Xenoblade game, I am shocked we still don't have Xenosaga, at least on the Switch. Like, at least just, you know, slap the 3 PS2 games in HD already, goddamn. But from what I understand from Harada, it's a Bandai Namco issue, and too cowardly to give us short-hair Shantae? How shameful. That's a lot of shoosh. Well, short-haired Shantae doesn't really work, because her hair is, like, part of her move kit. I can't draw director facing away from the viewer because she is also just hair. See, that's the thing, LDs, like, you have to choose your angles for the director, like, NSFW stuff, because, like, it's from behind, it's just like, hey, why is that person banging a pile of hair? No, it's not. Oh. I forgot. Thank you, Maddie. It's like, LD, I don't know if you've ever played Final Fantasy IV, but It just makes me think about how, like, when the character Fusoya gets KO'd, they have, like, long hair and a full-length beard that's, like, the length of their whole body. So whenever they get KO'd, it's just a pile of hair. Quagsire sweep. Something amuses me so much about Quagsire, just like taking down a bunch of dragons. No, Quagsire is so funny because, like, its stats are not really amazing or anything, but it has, like, it's even had competitive history in Ubers. And it's so funny because, like, I just imagine that Quagsire is, just so unaware about things like stats and all that mattering that it just does well anyway because it doesn't think about it. Jinx KO animation in Stadium. Phone died on my laptop now. Lance is my childhood Pokemon crush. That's valid. It's so valid. Especially in that one thing when you're invading the Rocket hideout in Mahogany Town, and his Dragonite just fucking nukes a guy. Just like hyper beams an actual fucking guy. Though it is my personal headcanon that the humans in the Pokemon world are a lot tougher and more durable than the humans of, like, our reality, just because they've had to live and evolve alongside Pokemon. And depending on how seriously you take some of the mythology in Diamond and Pearl and Platinum and stuff, humans may be descended from a type of Pokemon. The grunt just chose the hype option. Oh, okay. Make sure to like and comment and subscribe and ring the bell and hype the video, everybody. If I had a nickel for every time someone suggests I draw the sorceress from Reuben and Group with large tits, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it's happened twice. 1 nickel for each tit. I love Magneton's little animation. You are so cute, Magneton. I love you. Gotta cover him. It's cold, after all. True. It's fucking windy. I don't think metal would help in the cold, but that's okay. It's me. We've played this together for almost 200 hours, you guys. You've hit 200. Pokedex is looking great. You guys are looking great. Let's watch the credits again. We did it, guys. We beat the game. Only just now beat the Elite Four. Shh. Yeah, we beat the Elite Four in 2 different games 2 days in a row, you guys. I'm pretty good at video games. You know, it is pretty cool looking through the credits of Crystal and seeing, like, how many of these people are just still working on Pokemon. You're on a roll. I love rolls, dude. I want some fucking yeast rolls. It sounds amazing right now. I want to be in good shape and eat healthy, but bread yummy. We fucking shit. Nobuhiro Seiya, thank you for designing the maps. Oos version. Carbs tasty. Wings and rolls. You should go to KFC. Weirdly enough, not super into KFC, actually. As someone who started playing RPGs with Pokemon, it's weird to me when RPGs don't have post-game content. It's interesting, I think this was after you went to bed Tuesday night. I was actually mentioning, after beating Fire Red, how spoiled I am from playing Pokemon. Don't like KFC's rolls at all. I'm not choking and dying. Same, they're always super dry. But, yeah, it's like... I didn't start with Pokemon. I had already played, like, Mario RPG, Final Fantasy VI. Played through some of Final Fantasy Legend, like Final Fantasy VII, Tactics. So I had played quite a few RPGs before Pokemon came out. Wasn't there for the Elite Four. Good thing I have VODs, not only on Twitch.tv, but also on YouTube.com. When wasn't your first choice? I apologize. It did not exist in the US before 1998. Skill issue. Skull issue. I mean, Team Skull was an issue. No YouTube commands? Oh shit, I should probably set that up, huh? Here, give me a sec. Hacker Mouse. There you go, Soda. Here's the VOD for Tuesday. Kaz YouTube is top secret info. I know this funny little, very attractive raccoon person comments on a bunch of my VODs, despite there being no tops involved. I mean, there could be some time I might play Beyblade. Thank you for the stream, EP Time. Thank you, Whoopie. Thank you so much for coming by and hanging out. I always appreciate you. I'm probably not going to go much longer. I'm only doing a 2-hour stream today. Already subbed to the mouse. Hell yeah. Thank you, Soda. I'm just healed twice in a row because I'm fucking tired. But you have a good night, Whoopie. I hope you have a super comfy sleep. Oh, hey, can I have this? Can I have this? The rapper from the snack Professor Elm 8 is in here. Still? I've been playing this game for almost 200 hours. You didn't change your trash out? Dude. Let me nosy. Observations on Pokemon evolution. I like to have a little mouse here, just like me. He's gonna relent eventually. Granted, I know what it's like having ADHD. It's like, I should take out the trash. But first, I'll get another trash bag, or else I'll forget and I'll leave the trash can empty. And then it's like, goes into the living room or whatever, not the living room, but the, closet storage, whatever, to get trash bags. And like, what did I come in here for? Oh, well, if it's important, I'm sure I'll remember it. And then you go do something else and never take out the trash. Need to empty my paper bin. Look at me now. Oh. I'm getting paper. Paper Mario? Well, yeah, of course I'm gonna pay per Mario. I didn't expect to get him for free. All you need to do is do something very important but doesn't relate to trash, and then it'll all be done. True. Reverse engineer your neurodivergence. You joke, but I've literally done that to myself before. shit. I feel like there's a daily thing I forgot. I'm not really going to worry about giving Kurt any more balls right now, because I don't really have any use for balls aside from Daddy and Tay. Because I'm probably going to be wrapping up stream in the next 10 minutes or so. But see, LD, I kept my promise. I kept going so you could get in here. You didn't miss it. I mean, I say I kept going, but I ended up starting like 20 minutes late. Because, well, that's right, you weren't here when I was talking about it earlier, LD, but I got a new controller for PC and Xbox. And it's designed like the original, like, 2001 Xbox controller. The controller S, it's called the Duchess. It's been really fun and responsive and stuff. But I wanted to test it out before because I'm using it right now to play Crystal. But I wanted to test it out a little bit. Duchess is a great name. I know, it's so good. I love it. Well, because like the big controller is called the Duke, as kind of its like nickname. So I guess they nicknamed the controller S the Duchess. But you know, I was trying it out and I ended up playing Dawn of Sorrow. Or not Dawn of Sorrow, but Aria of Sorrow. To test the controller out as like the first game I picked. And I completely forgot I was just trying to play it to test the controller. Ended up playing it for 20 minutes, just like sitting there in my freaking job clothes without putting my dinner on. Just playing Aria of Sorrow, and I'm like, oh wait, shit. And the thing is, what even made me think about it was the fact that my tummy was like argle, blargle, blargle. I'm like, oh shit, wait, I never put my food on. What's the controller? It's the Hyperkin Duchess. I wish there were tutorials so that I know how to operate and how to explain it to people who are having a hard time getting it. Can I just mention the new costume for Mythra? Well, I'm probably going to go watch the new trailer on Nintendo today. And then we can probably yap about it. The Duchess has enchanted you. Oh my gosh, this is turning into a Yuri manga. Which is great because I love Tales of Vesperia. I'll send you a spoiler message to spoiler read after you watch it then. Yeah. But not LD, I think I mentioned, yeah, okay. I think I already said it's designed to basically be a replica of the controller S for the original Xbox, which I really enjoy as a controller. Sorry, I had to sneeze. Sorry for spoiling. No, it's okay. It's just one little thing. I completely forgot they were adding new content. Which makes sense. They added the new content to the original Xenoblade when they added to that too, so... Oh, my brain stopped. Okay, yeah. I personally really like the original Xbox controller S. And there just aren't a lot of games on Xbox that are, like, to my taste. More than I thought there were. I've been discovering some new stuff about the library. I'm especially a big fan of the YouTube channel Camp Xbox. I highly recommend them for chill reviews of a lot of good retro stuff. But, you know, it's just like, there are a lot of Japanese games and stuff I wish I could play with the Xbox controller S, because I just think it's a fun, comfy controller. So... I'm really excited to play a lot of games, because a lot of the games I would want to play that used to only be on Nintendo or PlayStation or whatever are on Xbox One, they're on PC. So I'm excited to use my new controller, and it feels really good too. It feels almost exactly like the original one. It's a little bit lighter. Like it doesn't. Well, I don't know if it's okay, because actually, fun fact, I have a controller S right here beside me on my desk. They feel pretty similar. The trigger feels a little springier in the original, but like the buttons feel good, the layout feels good. The buttons feel just as responsive. And actually the D-pad on the new one feels a little bit better. Because the controller S for the original Xbox, its D-pad is okay. I think it's definitely better than the 360's original D-pad, but it's not fantastic. This one, I actually, like I said, I played Aria of Sorrow for a while and wasn't even really paying attention to it. And like that's one of the best compliments you can give a controller is to not notice it. If that makes any sense. Never become a big deal VTuber. I'd love to have a Doki Bird have a custom controller shell made to sell to people. Ooh, that'd be fun. I use an Xbox controller for when I used to use it for PC games. Not sure what model it is. Most of the time, it's usually just like an Xbox One controller. Give me a sec, Soda. I'm not looking at the spoiler things yet, but I actually took a picture to send in another Discord, so I'll just send you the picture real quick. Yeah, usually Xbox One and Xbox Series controllers are the standard that everyone uses for PC. Though a lot of games now are also compatible with like PlayStation controllers and the Switch controllers as well, which is really fun. It makes PC gaming a lot of fun because you have so many options and so much variety. Hyper kink. Kinks where? Everywhere around here, honestly. Oppai? Oh my. Okay. I am super hungry. And I'm getting pretty tired. Like I said, it was going to be a short stream today since I had to go to job. So I do believe I will go ahead and wrap it up here. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming by. Thank you so much for hanging out today and everything. And it was fun to go back to Johto and hang out with all the cuties. Like I said, I don't know when we'll do Entei hunting. I'll have to be in a specific mindset for that. I think I just saved again for like the 4th time. Yeah, I'm gonna go eat a food. You guys stand up, stretch. I'm not gonna try to raid anybody. None of the homies are online right now or anything. So I'm just gonna call it a night. Thank you, everybody. Remember, stand up, stretch, drink, use the bathroom if you have to. Pay attention to your body needs. Take good care of yourself. Thank you so much, you cuties, for all coming by and hanging out with me. Good nighty night. Bye, 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 bye.